Hi, everyone. Danielle and Matt Noyes here. Thanks for making the 1 Degree Outside Weather Network part of your daily routine, storms or sunshine.
If you enjoy these videos, we invite you to become a member at patreon.com/1 Degree Outside. Support our mission of continuing to bring accurate weather forecasts and science insights to one and all. This 1 Degree Outside video is brought to you by CrackX Foundation Crack Repair and Waterproofing. 40 years of prompt and economical service to New England homeowners, builders, general contractors, home inspectors, management companies, architects, and engineers. Be sure to visit crackx.com and mention 1 Degree Outside when you make your appointment for an incredible discount.
The total lunar eclipse happening tonight. We've been bringing you updates on the cloud cover forecast here across the Northeast, but I wanted to show you the nationwide look too, in case you aren't here in New England or you have friends or relatives that are elsewhere across the country that want to try to sneak a peek tonight. So here's the predicted clouds, and notice there's an area of clearing actually from southern Nebraska in through Kansas, western Oklahoma, down through portions of eastern New Mexico, northern Texas. Then there's another area through the Ohio River Valley down through the Appalachians, and that extends it to Georgia and much of Florida too. Otherwise, in between those two areas, there's actually a decent amount of clouds, and the West Coast has some storms coming in, though central and southern California, back through parts of southwest New Mexico and into southern Nevada will have some partial clearing that takes place overnight tonight. Here in the Northeast, there's been no big changes to what I was thinking yesterday. Yes, there are clouds in place. So the partial eclipse starts at 1 a.m. and then lasts again until 5 a.m. That totality, the most important time you want to remember, 2:30 to 3:30 a.m. So this is 8 p.m. We don't need that just yet. But there are a lot of clouds in place. And it's not like they're high, thin clouds. There are some low, middle, high altitude clouds around. But by 1 a.m., northern New England starting to see some clearing in through Vermont, down into the Berkshires. And watch what happens between 1 and 3 a.m. The area of clouds in place actually decreases a little bit. The only spots that I really think aren't going to be that great are along the coast of Maine, some low clouds, far southern Maine, southeast New Hampshire, and unfortunately much of central and eastern Massachusetts, Rhode Island, and much of central and southern Connecticut, eastern Connecticut too. You are north and west of that, and we are in good shape for viewing the total lunar eclipse tonight. Now, you notice Manchester? There's a sign of some of the clouds that may break apart a little bit. So there is some hope in those spots in and around Manchester, southwest New Hampshire, Route 2 corridor, that you may get some partial clearing. It's just that some of these low-level clouds will be in place and then may actually expand a little bit towards pre-dawn tomorrow, so towards the tail end of the lunar eclipse. So that's the update there. No precipitation to worry about. Otherwise, the big weather story is an area of low pressure tomorrow in the central United States. It's going to spark a round of severe weather actually these next couple of days, and a pretty significant round too. In fact, it's a moderate risk, so that means there will be many some strong to severe thunderstorms that develop, some of which may produce some tornadoes, large hail, flash flooding. The red shaded area is that highest risk for tomorrow. And then on Saturday, it actually shifts down across the Gulf Coast. So areas like Jackson, Mississippi, up through Birmingham, back down through Mobile, New Orleans in that too. And then there's just a bigger area that there will likely be isolated strong to severe storms that develop during the day on Saturday. That's a sign of the amount of moisture and energy with this next system that's coming in. And that will be our weather maker with the rain and the wind that comes in later on Sunday into Monday. So until then, it's a fairly quiet pattern. Our Friday features sun and clouds. Temperatures climb into the 50s. Saturday, 50s, and even some lower 60s. Now, it doesn't come with bright blue skies. With the warmth coming in, clouds come with it. So there'll be a lot of clouds, breaks of sun here or there, but it's an above average stretch. Sunday, I can't rule out an isolated shower. This is indicating that I don't think it's going to be that widespread. So if you have outdoor plans on Sunday, I think you are good to go, because watch what happens. Some of those showers actually retreat north and west for a bit. So the greatest chance of picking up a shower on Sunday is in far western and northern New England. Even by 6 p.m., the heaviest access of rain is still off to our west. So the biggest change, and we talked about this yesterday, is that things are slowing down a little bit in terms of the heaviest downpours sweeping through from west to east late evening and overnight. So here's the map at 2 a.m. Some heavy downpours. I can't rule out some rumbles of thunder that sweep through Sunday night into early Monday. And on Monday, the morning commute will likely be impacted in eastern New England. You notice the back edge sweeping through through western New England, and then eventually eastern New England. It just takes some time. So the heaviest rain will be in the morning, and then it tapers off to showers with, clearing coming in after that for a quiet Tuesday. In fact, a lot of the rest of next week looks fairly quiet, no big storms, and above average temperatures. So how much rain are we talking Sunday into Monday? Quarter to a half an inch, half in far northern Maine, half an inch to an inch for many of us across central, western, even southern New England. I'd say it's about a half an inch to an inch, but there are some signs, and I mentioned this yesterday too, that as the front slows down a little bit, we get some heavier rain focused across southeastern New England. That's where we may see 1 to 2 inches of rain, and I wouldn't be surprised if as we get closer, we can kind of pinpoint some locally higher totals that may occur in southeastern Massachusetts. So some localized flooding may be an issue, particularly as you head into early on Monday morning. So we'll watch that closely. No big changes in our thoughts for wind too. Saturday's a breezy day, 10 to 15 mile per hour winds, gusting as high as, 20, 25. Sunday though, we gust to 40 as early as late morning to midday, and then it ramps up from there. The wind out of the south, warmer wind direction, so it funnels up the valleys. We may see some gusts briefly over 40 towards Burlington, Vermont, and then notice by the evening and overnight, we get gusts 40 to 50 miles per hour. If we can get some of the heaviest downpours to transport some of that wind down to the surface, we will see some gusts that go to 60 miles per hour or an isolated gust higher than that. The chance of that would be along the south coast to Cape Cod. So some pockets of outages and damage are likely. Again, the peak wind Sunday night for most of New England into Monday morning in eastern areas. Then after that, the wind shifts around and will ease pretty substantially after that. So yeah, there's some active weather that's going to be coming in. Again, most of the weekend is dry. Highs for Friday into the 50s, light wind off the ocean. Some clouds will be in place, mixing with the sunshine in eastern New England. Friday night, many of us are above freezing, mid to upper 30s. Right around 40, and then Saturdays, either side of 60 for many spots. Most sunshine the farther north you go. There'll be a lot of clouds around in southern New England. The wind starts to shift around out of the south, and that keeps us really warm on Saturday night, either side of about 50 degrees. So that's our starting block on Sunday for highs to climb well into the 60s. Yes, few showers around, particularly in western, northern New England, but they'll tend to retreat a little bit during the day, and then the heaviest axis of rain comes in. Sunday night, pushing offshore from west to east on Monday. Highs on Monday will be in the 40s and 50s still, but we start to get cooler. It is cooler overall compared to where we'll be on Sunday. You can track it all, of course, in the app with the 14-day forecast. Thanks for spreading the word. Thank you to everybody who's downloaded it already. It's got 5-star reviews, thousands of them. So continue to spread the word. If you haven't downloaded it, give us a try. Let us know what you think. It's on the App Store and Google Play for free.